This morning, Israeli special forces rescued 2 hostages in a daring raid in the city of Rafah. The operation raises hopes that even more hostages can be freed.
Israeli intelligence is gathering critical information as it takes more Hamas territory. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu welcomed the dual Israeli-Argentinian citizens home and congratulated the rescue team. "I salute our brave soldiers for their bold action, which brought about their release. Only continued military pressure until a complete victory will bring about the release of all of our hostages." IDF spokesman Daniel Hagari said the operation relied on high-value intelligence and their forces waited for the right moment.
This is an operation we've been preparing for some time. The necessary preparations have been made, and we were waiting for the conditions that will allow it to be put into operation.
Within hours, the 2 rescued hostages were back with their families.
Luckily for us as a family, they were saved tonight, but I must say that the job is not done. We are happy today, but it's not we didn't win. It's just another step towards bringing all the other 134 hostages back home.
The rescue inside Rafah highlights the high-stakes confrontation over the city. Israel wants to pursue thousands of Hamas terrorists in Rafah, but the White House says the operation shouldn't go forward without a plan to protect the 1 million civilians sheltering there. Netanyahu told ABC News Israel has a plan.
We're not cavalier about this. This is part of our war effort to get civilians out of harm's way. It's part of Hamas's effort to keep them in harm's way. But we've so far succeeded, and we're going to succeed again. Those who say that under no circumstances should we enter Rafah are basically saying, lose the war. Keep Hamas there.
On Saturday, the IDF revealed a Hamas tunnel complex directly under UNRWA's main headquarters in the Gaza Strip. It found evidence UNRWA supplied the tunnel with electricity, as well as large quantities of weapons inside the UNRWA building, including rifles, ammunition, grenades, and explosives. The IDF also found documents showing Hamas terrorists used UNRWA offices. After the discovery, Israel's UN ambassador Gilan tweeted on X, "Every day we find more proof that in Gaza, the UN equals Hamas and vice versa." Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant said the IDF has entered the most sensitive Hamas locations, and they're using Hamas's own intelligence against them. He says the more they advance, the closer Israel is getting to a deal to free the hostages. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
It's certainly wonderful news that hostages were rescued. Let's continue to pray that all of them can come home and come home quickly. Let's continue to put the pressure where it needs to be put on Hamas. Hamas is the reason there's a war. Hamas is the reason civilians in Gaza are at risk. Until Hamas unconditionally surrenders, gives up all the hostages, lays down their arms, Israel has to keep the pressure on. Hamas can't exist anymore, and I'll add to it, the UN is a disgrace on this. UNRWA should not exist anymore. It should stop all funding. The U.S. government has said we suspended funding. It should be eliminated. No more. If you're going to use our tax dollars to sponsor terrorism, you don't get to do it.